Intelligence rarely announces itself. It doesn't always look like the person who talks most in the meeting, or the one with the most impressive credentials on the wall, or the one who seems most certain about everything. Research in cognitive psychology consistently finds that genuine high intelligence is often expressed through specific, quiet, everyday behaviors, many of which look unremarkable from the outside. Some of them might even look like weaknesses to people who don't know what they're actually seeing. This video covers 7 of those behaviors, and if several of them describe you, you may be considerably smarter than the world has given you credit for. Behavior number 1, highly intelligent people are genuinely comfortable saying, "I don't know." This sounds simple. It is remarkably rare. The Dunning-Kruger effect, one of the most replicated findings in psychology, shows that people with limited knowledge in a domain consistently overestimate their competence, while people with deep expertise tend to be more aware of what they don't know. Saying, "I'm not sure," or "I need to think about that," is not a sign of weakness in an intelligent person, it is a sign that their self-assessment is accurate. They have enough knowledge to know where their knowledge ends. And they are not threatened by that edge. They are curious about it. Behavior number 2, they question assumptions that everyone else accepts without examination. This is one of the most consistent traits documented across studies of highly creative and highly intelligent people. Where the average person accepts the way things are done as the way things should be done, the highly intelligent mind notices the gap between what is and what could be, between the assumption and the evidence for it, between the rule and its actual purpose. This is not contrarianism for its own sake. It is the specific cognitive habit of not letting familiarity masquerade as truth. Most of the world's biggest advances, scientific, social, creative, came from someone who stopped and asked, "But why do we do it this way," when everyone else was already moving. Behavior number 3, they think before they speak, and they are comfortable with the pause. In a culture that equates fast responses with confidence and slow responses with uncertainty, this behavior is chronically misread. Studies of verbal intelligence and communication quality consistently find that people who take a moment before responding tend to produce more accurate, more nuanced, and more useful communication than those who respond immediately. The pause is not hesitation. It is processing. The highly intelligent person is running a quick internal check. Is what I'm about to say accurate? Is it the most useful thing I can contribute here? The quick talker in the room often sounds more confident. The thoughtful pauser in the room is often more right. Behavior number 4, they find genuine humor in complexity. This one surprises people. Research published in the journal Cognitive and Affective Behavioral Neuroscience found a strong correlation between intelligence and appreciation for complex, absurdist, or dark humor, particularly humor that requires cognitive processing to appreciate. Intelligent people often find comedy in the gap between what things are supposed to be and what they actually are. In the contradictions, the unexpected patterns, the absurdities that are hiding inside serious things. This isn't about being funnier than average. It is about the brain finding delight in complexity rather than being threatened by it. If you've ever been the only person in the room who found something funny that required 3 layers of understanding to appreciate, this is why. Behavior number 5, they are genuinely, widely, and sometimes inconveniently curious about almost everything. Not performatively curious, not curious about the topics that make them look interesting, genuinely drawn to understand how things work across domains that have nothing to do with each other. Psychologist Tomás Chamorro-Premuzic and others have identified what they call intellectual curiosity as one of the strongest predictors of long-term intellectual achievement. Stronger, in some studies, than IQ scores alone. Highly intelligent people often describe a kind of compulsive need to understand things they encounter, a discomfort with not knowing how something works, what something means, or why something is the way it is. The width of their curiosity is often what makes their thinking so unusually connected and creative. Behavior number 6, highly intelligent people are genuinely comfortable being wrong, because they have separated their identity from their opinions. Most people, when confronted with evidence that contradicts a belief they hold, feel personally threatened. The belief feels like part of who they are, and changing it feels like a defeat. Intelligent people tend to hold their beliefs differently, as their best current understanding, always subject to revision when better evidence arrives. Psychologists call this intellectual humility, and research consistently links it to higher cognitive performance, better decision-making, and stronger interpersonal relationships. The willingness to say, "I was wrong about that," is not weakness. It is one of the clearest markers of a mind that prioritizes accuracy over ego. Behavior number 7, they observe far more than they react. While most people in a situation are actively participating in it, responding, reacting, expressing, the highly intelligent mind often enters a quiet observer mode first. They are watching the patterns, reading the room, noticing what's underneath the surface of what's being said. This is not passivity. It is a different and often more powerful form of engagement. Research on emotional intelligence and social cognition consistently finds that the people who understand social situations most accurately are those who spend more time in receptive mode than in expressive mode, who gather more information before drawing conclusions. In meetings, in relationships, in negotiations, the person who is quietly taking everything in is often the most formidable person in the room. 7 behaviors. None of them flashy. None of them the things movies tell you intelligence looks like. Being comfortable not knowing. Questioning what everyone accepts. Thinking before speaking. Finding humor in complexity. Staying widely curious. Being willing to be wrong. And observing more than reacting. These are not skills that come with a certificate or a test score. They are ways of being, approaches to information, to other people, to your own mind. That develop through practice, reflection, and a particular kind of honesty with yourself. If several of these felt familiar, not as aspirations but as descriptions of how you actually move through the world, then you already know something important about yourself. Which of the 7 feels most like you? Comment the number. And share this with the quiet, observant person in your life who never gets enough credit for how they actually think.